Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where I have ChatGPT play some D&D, but actually this time a little bit different. I had ChatGPT write me an adventure from scratch, just draw me an outline from beginning to end, all the plot points. I basically went in, modified it a little bit, had ChatGPT elaborate on some parts, and then put it all together and ran it for my group. It took me about 20 minutes, so this is the kind of adventure you can throw together real quick. Say you're ready for, it's a D&D night and you don't have anything prepared and you're like, what do I do? I'll also be making a video where I just kind of go through and talk about what I did real quick and kind of give you the adventure that it gave me, put it all together, and you can have it for free. So, but yeah, here's what we got.
Your group has been summoned to the bustling city of Waterdeep by a wealthy merchant named Marcus. He seeks your help in finding his missing expedition team, which was last seen heading toward an abandoned temple. Marcus is willing to pay a generous sum of gold in exchange for your services. Upon arriving at Marcus's mansion, you are led to his private study. The room is adorned with expensive decorations and rare artifacts. Marcus sits behind his large wooden desk, poring over a stack of papers. He looks up as you enter and motions you to take a seat. I apologize for the suddenness of this request, Marcus begins, but it is of the essence. My team has been missing for several days now, and I fear the worst. I have reason to believe that they have ventured into the abandoned temple that is said to be cursed. He pauses and leans forward, his eyes locked on yours. I am willing to pay handsomely for your services. You must find my team and bring them back to me safely. Whatever treasures you find in the temple, you may keep, obviously. I don't make the rules on that. But please, just bring my team back safely. But be warned, the temple is dangerous, and the curse is real. I suggest you proceed with caution. Marcus stands up and hands you a map of the temple's location. Do you have any questions?
I do.
The camera turns around to your character, Pete. Go ahead and describe your character.
The camera whips around and it's just like this normal looking female elf. It's a high elf. She has a moderately looking face, it's nothing is like jumping out at you, and she goes, I forgot.
So he turns to you confused and he's like, you forgot your question already.
What?
He looks very confused and he says, does anyone else have any questions?
Yes, Sir Marcus there.
And the camera turns around.
What?
He said, what's your name again?
You're in the presence of His Majesty's Rose Guard Knight, High Duelist Lugier Pierre.
He does a tight little bow.
Now, before we go any further, might I say, chap, your mustache is growing a bit beyond your trumper molar there.
And then he pulls out his rapier and he goes,
Might I trim you up a bit?
Give me a persuasion check.
9.
Well, maybe some other time. I do have a barber that I pay, so I don't think your aid will be necessary. And he kind of rubs his beard, like kind of self-consciously. And he goes, any other questions pertaining to my missing explorers?
Oh, I remember my question.
Yeah, the camera turns back to the elf.
Do you mind shaving your mustache?
Are you serious?
It is really quite difficult to take you seriously, my good man. Just a quick snip.
Well, I was just starting to grow it in. It's still kind of in like the growing period where it's still trying to, get some mass, but like I'm trying to get past it. It's what I'm saying? You ever grown a facial hair before?
I have in my youth, yes.
I'm all hair over here, darling.
In your youth?
Yes.
Well, I must say it's fine.
And the camera turns over to our third and final character. Go ahead and describe your character, Jared.
He's this little halfling man with a big old handlebar mustache. He's kind of dressed like maybe like a barbershop quartet, but also like a court jester of some kind. He has like a big feathery hat. He has like a nice pot belly. Like you can tell he spends a lot of his time drinking in the bar. And he carries a big old backpack on his back with plenty of instruments and flutes and other kinds of musical items. He just says, well, I think it looks very nice on you, friend. As you can see, I've been growing out this old stash on my face for nearly 30 years.
Adventurers, I'm not paying you to come here and to critique my facial hair.
I mean, we can do both.
I guess you're not wrong. And he gives another, he combs his beard with his fingertips.
How many members of your team are we looking for in this temple?
he turns to you and he says, well, 5 of them. They're all gone.
All right, and their names and descriptors,
No.
please.
He says, well, the first one was Neelan Nightshade, a half-elf. There was also Thorgar, a dwarf. There's Arya, a human bard. Tessa, Green Shield, a halfling. And there's Volter Blackwood, a tiefling.
Oh, I remember my question.
What?
What was the third one?
Tessa, wait, maybe not.
That's the fourth one.
Could you just go over their names once more?
Yeah, how about I write them down on this map that I gave you in the margin?
I have a question.
There's no more questions for you, he says.
Why? Was my question.
Please, don't disappoint me or else you're not going to get any gold. And I assume that's why you're all here, because you need gold for some weird backstory reason, I'm sure.
Nope.
Okay.
I just like money.
Okay, that's a good reason. Any other questions?
I'm quite fond of temples, actually. I tend to accompany the High King in his temple back in the sands of my land.
You work for a king,
Yes, I am the captain of his Rose Guard.
and why are you all the way down here in this jungle?
That's a great question to ponder. And if you must know, the great king himself is, well, just down on his luck. It's been a rough winter. The seasons are not giving fruits as much as we need, and we can't afford to feed the common folk of the city. And I would do anything for the common folk of my city. And he does not trust anyone else to carry out this mission. I do understand there is a high sum of gold to be divvied out at the conclusion of our predicament, yeah?
You are correct. At the safe return of all 5 members of the expedition, I will be granting you collectively a bounty of 1,000 gold.
Excellent. The king will offer you his favor, Sir Marcus.
Hopefully you are successful on your mission, and maybe the king and I can have further business. But we'll see if his soldiers are as strong as they say they are. And he looks you over, up and down, High Duelist. Little bit more fruity than I've heard.
Did thou say fruity?
Now, yes, it might have escaped my lips.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is your favorite fruit?
I don't have one.
Pity.
Any other questions?
I will take this opportunity since no one else will. I have a question.
Anyone else have a question?
Does some type of deity pose clarage here over this here template?
That's a very good question, and I'm impressed you asked it. No, it's actually a forgotten deity. No one remembers who it once served, but there's definitely some strange symbols and languages there.
That none can decipher?
Well, that's what the expedition team was going to do.
Ah.
And you see they have not come back.
Hopefully the goddess Sif will promote her favor and watch over us.
Thank you for asking my question.
Of course there, my lady.
It's Brian.
Yes. Sir Brian.
It's just Brian.
Brian or Ryan?
Brian?
Brian, might I inquire? It just troubles me slightly, but we can remedy this quickly. What is the business down in the nethers of your quarters? What I mean to suggest is, are you male or feminine feline?
I will counter your question with another question.
I feel like you're dodging questions now.
My question is...
He just presses on.
My question is...
All right, so in we go then.
Yes. Any other questions?
How long ago was it that your 5 friends went missing in the...
They set out 4 days ago, but they were supposed to return the day after, so 3 days ago they should have been back.
Well, don't fret there, Marcus,
Okay.
darling. I'm sure they'll turn up yet.
Yeah, I like your confidence.
I have a question.
Does anyone else have any questions?
I understand there's another halfling in this party. I was just wondering the status of her. If she was single or not. If she was looking for anybody.
Call odds or evens right now, Jared.
Odds.
Go ahead and roll dice and let me know what it is.
Odds. It was 13. Let's go.
And he says, "Well, I'm pretty sure her and her boyfriend just broke up like right before they left."
Ah, nice. I mean, terrible. But
How do you know our sound?
But a good time to go missing, right?
Well, is there really a good time to go missing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're single.
You guys turn around and leave. As you push your way through the dense foliage, you catch your first glimpse of the ancient temple. The crumbling stone structure rises out of the ground like a forgotten monument to a long dead god. Vines and moss cover the walls, and the once mighty columns now lean at awkward angles. As you step closer, you feel a sense of foreboding. The temple is surrounded by an eerie silence, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the occasional caw of a crow. You notice that the air is thick with the scent of decay, as if the temple is a tomb for something long dead. As you approach the entrance, you see that the massive door is slightly ajar. The darkness inside seems to swallow the light around it. What do you do?
Interesting. That door there. It looks like a jar. Just slightly, though. Well, you said the door is slightly ajar.
It's like it slightly looks like a jar, or it is a jar.
The door is ajar.
Can I? Okay.
Like, look inside
I open the
jar.
cap to the jar. Okay, but seriously, I open the cap. Can I do a religion check to see? Well, I'm going to do a religion check. I'm not going to question. Can I see if it has any symbols of Ogma?
No, but there are some symbols of Ligma.
What is Ligma?
No, wait, John, that's a second.
Ogma, O-G-H-A-M-A, the god of knowledge in Faerun.
Gotcha. You think that there are no symbols visible here for that god?
I pondered to myself. I asked myself questions.
We best not waste any time, chaps.
There's the
Let's
doors,
just keep our
but they
wits
are
about
they
us.
are open. Do you see the red box?
Yes. I grab the door and try and pry it open.
Yeah. And so you move over and you grab the door and pry it open. And the door slowly swings open. You can tell that there's a lot of weight behind it, but it does open to your touch. Inside stretches a long corridor with many thick cobwebs coating both sides, choking the hall itself.
Let's just keep our wits about us and see if we might be able to find those critter cats who are in here.
As you look in, you do see that down the center of the corridor, there are footprints of what look like they're moderately fresh amongst all the thick cobwebs and dust. And as you look closer, it looks like 5 pairs of footprints marching deeper into this temple.
Which way do they go? Left
It's
or right?
completely pitch black.
Straight into the darkness as the tunnel winds out before you, stretching to the edge of your visibility.
I metagame.
Ah, that must be Kalin, Throgar, Arya, Tessa, and Valto's footsteps. Might we follow carefully?
I investigate the floor to see if there's any traps.
All right, give me a perception.
Well, Peter's doing this. Can I give him my bardic inspiration to make sure that?
Sure,
he can-
yeah. You give me your bardic inspiration?
Yeah, I want to inspire him with a little ditty. I just say, "Oh, please, pretty lady, if you are a lady, please find us some traps."
I stop in my tracks and I say, "It's Brian."
Oh, pretty Brian, you are not lying. Please find me some traps.
Thank you.
And you can get a plus 1d6 to your roll.
Okay, I roll a 2. 11.
You don't see anything at all. It's just darkness and cobwebs. High Duelist does also hear with his keen cat ears. There are some distant, like, ticking sounds, some tittering sounds, like little scratching on stone, echoing and emanating from the walls down the corridor that goes into darkness.
Well, if that sounds quite interesting. My ears, keen as they be, are picking up on some pitter-pattering from further down the corridor. Might we check it out?
I have to ask.
Yes.
What did you hear?
Yeah, some pitter-pattering, scribber-scrabber on the walls, possibly. Could be rats, could be insects. We won't know until we delve a little deeper. Come.
So you're leading the way?
Sure.
So as you come down, you leading the way, High Duelist, marching down into the dark hallway. Can you see in the dark, High Duelist?
Yes, 60 feet.
especially with your keen ears and your previously good perception check. As you march down here, you hear the more scraping sounds, and then you hear a sharp, high-pitched screech emanate from your right, and there you see it, big, black, moving shapes as massive spiders begin to crawl down and descend the webs towards you. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, I don't like spiders.
First up, the spiders. The 15. So, Red is actually going to stay back and shoot a web. 7 hit you.
Nope.
The 2 in front of you are going to try to bite you. Does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
And an 11 misses, right?
Yes.
Go and make a Constitution saving throw.
20.
Dang, okay, yeah. You're going to be taking 6 piercing damage, 13 poison, but you get to
25.
cut it in half.
Ah, you fiend! How dare you!
And then Green's going to try to bite the monk. Does a 24 hit you?
No.
Go ahead and take 11 piercing damage and go ahead and make a Constitution save.
I rage quit.
What?
Hell yeah. 21. 21.
Yeah, so instead of 2 poison damage, you take 1.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go over to philosophy.
I'm gonna go ahead and take out my rapier, and I'm gonna go up to Green, and I'm gonna stab him with my sword. I got a 24.
That definitely hits.
That's gonna do 6 piercing damage. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a bonus action to tumble and disengage. And I'm gonna hide behind this little pillar.
All right. Anything else?
That'll be at the end of my turn.
Ooh, hi, duelist.
You fiends!
And he pulls out his sword.
Your tempting battle with the mastery of sword and rapier,
And he pulls out his rapier.
trained in dual weapon fighting by King Blossomgur himself. Face my wrath, you wretched beast.
Which one is the one
He's
that?
like monologuing.
Which one is the one that bit me?
He starts monologuing.
The blue one is the one that bit you.
Havachi!
And he first swings with his sword at that
Wretched creature.
16 plus 5. 21.
Definitely hits.
He's gonna do minimum damage, but that's fine. 4 slashing damage. And then rapier in
Okay.
his offhand, he's going to slash out with that as well. And he gets a nat 1.
And you completely miss. You look almost, it's comical as you're trying to fend off these massive creatures as they hungrily rub their fangs together, ready to devour you. Anything else?
And no pay no mind to that.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian's turn.
I punch Green.
Go ahead.
18.
That hits.
5 bludgeoning damage. And then I use a key point to do it again. Nat 1.
You smack into the pillar next to it, but don't actually hurt yourself. Anything else?
Does the 17
We
hit?
good. 17 does hit, yes.
7 bludgeoning damage and then another 17.
Yeah, bro, you better hope you kill because he's got 18 damage coming at you. Go on.
5.
He had 4 HP left.
Hell yeah.
Anything else?
My archetype is the Way of the Long Death. When you reduce a creature within 5 feet of you to 0 hit points, you gain temporary hit points equal to your Wisdom mod plus your Monk level.
Nice.
Yeah. So that gonna be...
Do you want to do any movement?
I stand right where I is.
So Red is going to try to shoot High Duelist with a glob of web to try to trap him. Does a 10 hit you?
No, you,
All right, and then the other 2 are going to try to bite you. A 21 hits you and a 17 hits you, I bet, right?
they both hit. He's down, probably.
Go and give me con saves.
1 for each, I assume. A 9 and a 12.
The 12 passes.
But the 9 does not.
So 6 piercing damage, and then half of 10 poison is 5.
He's down for sure.
Is he still up right now, though?
Yep.
Okay, and then we got 5 piercing.
He goes, "Oh my!" and then
8
he
poison.
collapses to the ground.
And you see this one hungrily moving over to finish off your friend, High Duelist, to devour him. So we're going to go over to Falafel.
I'm gonna move over to Orange, and I'm gonna attack him with my sword again. I got a 14,
That hits?
10 piercing damage,
Yeah, you
Nice.
definitely are wounding him.
and then I'm gonna do my cool maneuvers, and I'm gonna get away from him with a disengage, and that'll
Alright.
be the end of the turn.
High Duelist, you want to make a death save?
Oh wait, okay, this is crazy. I rolled a 19, so that's a pass. But I'm also the champion archetype, which means a 19 counts as a crit. Does that mean that I get a natural?
No way, dude.
Wow, railroad.
That is not how it works. Brian,
I punch orange. 12.
12 does hit.
Oh. 7 bludgeoning, and I punch him again.
It's still alive, barely.
14.
Does hit. Yeah, and you kill it.
I get 4 more temp HP.
All right, anything else?
Fury
The
of
Fury of
blows. 9.
Sorry, 9 misses. I'm a dumb boy. Go on.
18.
18 definitely hits.
5.
All right, anything else?
I go, come get some. Does he come?
It is his turn, and he does come to get some. So we'll see. Blue, he's attacking the monk. Does a 22 hit you?
Yeah.
Make a con save.
14.
You pass. So you take 7 piercing damage, and then you also take 7 poison, but you cut that in half, so that's 3. And then the other one is going to turn around after hearing the bard moving around over here, actually. Does a 10 hit you?
No, sir.
All right, then we go over to Falafel.
All right, I'm gonna attack Red Boy. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
All right, and that's gonna be 6 piercing damage. I disengage. I run like a little coward.
High Duelist, give us a death save.
Fail.
Brian,
Shumbala. Is a 20 hit.
it does.
6 bludgeoning. I swing again. Oh my god. Nat 1.
Woo!
And you miss. Anything else?
Fury blow. Shumbala. 14.
Yep, you kill it.
I use my second Fury of blows on red. 8.
Does not hit.
I run.
The spider is going to try to bite you, monk. It's going to get a 1 and miss.
Yeah.
So, Falafel,
I'm gonna go back up and I'm gonna attack him.
to hit.
Yeah, I got 10. Yeah, to hit.
10 misses.
All right. I disengaged.
High Duelist, death save. Don't get a 1.
20.
Nice.
Really?
Really?
I can't confirm.
Yeah, you have 1 HP. What do you want to do? You're prone.
As he comes to, he looks at the spider and he goes, "No, that was not exactly evident of my prowess as a skilled fighter. Come here, you bad creature." And he swings at him instantly. Come here, you. 15.
All right. Does hit.
5 slashing damage.
All right.
And he stabs with his rapier. And I get a 10, which I believe does not compute.
Does not hit.
And he just goes, Come now, gang. We can finish this one off promptly.
Brian?
Right. I have a question. 18. 6 bludgeoning. 24.
That
5
hits.
bludgeoning.
And you kill it.
I get 4
And
damage.
it gives a screech as its body gives a shiver and a shake and then falls to the ground, curling up in that, classic spider-like death maneuver.
The high duelist immediately collapses to the ground and goes, "Oh my goodness! I don't feel quite very good. Those creepy crawlers were a bit stronger than I anticipated."
Everyone give me a perception.
23. Listen, this happens over time. I'm quick.
18.
You got a 23?
Yeah, dude. I'm good like that.
Wait, hold on. I heard 18. Logan, you got a 23?
Yeah, dude, I'm good like that.
I don't know if you're actually telling me the truth.
Or 23, dude, I'm good like that.
So as you look around, just kind of sitting there recovering, catching your breath, just caught in the webs right over here on this side, right near the dead body of the spider, looks like a sword caught in the web.
Shumbala.
What is that there?
It's mine.
I do a couple quick and cut it down from the web.
Yeah, and I picture you like fencing with like your hand up as you make a couple swift cuts with your finely tuned blade, and there you cut loose. So it looks like a scimitar with runes etched into the blade.
Watch this then. My friend, don't you know what this is? And I look at the runes and see if I've ever recognized runes that look like this before.
Give me an Arcana check.
What about history, dude?
11.
You don't know any more than the weapon is magical, and you think these runes, the way they're structured and built on the blade, they look like some kind of warning runes.
Wormy?
Warning or alert, early warning system. Something that might glow depending on a condition, but you're not sure. They can be all kinds of conditions depending on who enchants the weapon or anything like that. But I mean, for example, you've heard of the classic play with Lord of the Rings. Whenever there's orcs nearby, it glows blue. But you think these gems glow in a similar manner.
Ah, fascinating.
I have a question. What is fascinating?
Yep.
So then, do either of you chaps fancy the use of a blade such as this one?
You know, I really don't respect. I feel somewhat disrespected how my questions are being unheard.
Okay, well, how about you, Falafel? Do you fancy blades such as this one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll take it. I just like things.
Well, but are you going to use it, is what I mean.
We'll see. You know, like maybe I'll just keep like checking on it,
perhaps I'll hold on to it
if
for
there's
now.
any magical properties.
Well, perhaps.
For gags.
Perhaps we ought to use it in our present endeavor. What do you think?
For hags.
I mean, do you use one of these?
I've been known to practice with all sorts of weaponry, scimitars among them.
All right, then maybe you should take it.
All right, if you insist.
Oh my god, this damn politeness.
Now, good chaps, I do say I feel very in pain, and I quite don't know if I have a way to heal myself at the present moment.
Well, if we take a short rest, I can heal you.
Ah, well, such would be lovely. I could also take some time to meditate on this here scimitar and see what other properties might show themselves into the light of our present situation.
Yes.
All right, so where are you guys taking a short rest?
It's settled then. Let's tiptoe right out here, and I will sleep against this pillar.
Okay, I like it. All right, are you guys all taking a short rest there outside the door?
Yeah.
All right, so you all put your backs against the door, close it, and chill over by Sir Swings-a-Lot. Near the end of your short rest, you do hear what sounds like some distant moans echoing from inside the temple.
I go ahead and I drown out those moans with a song. And each of you guys can heal 1d6.
Fuck me! I rolled a goddamn one.
Logan, you know that's a +1 scimitar, and you're attuning to it, right?
Yes.
All right, but that's it. Yeah, that's all you know. I'll say you at least get to know it's a +1, but you don't know what the warning magic is related to. Who's first in marching order?
Now, my friends, I would like you all to introduce. This is my new partner in crime, and I display the scimitar. I've named him So Ik-Un, which is celestial language for the Forgotten Skin, because I found him in this forgotten temple. Just wanted you all to know that. All right.
I have a question.
Oh,
In Celestial, which words is forgotten?
well, let me think about it as we're walking.
You have to think about it.
Yes,
It's hard to say it with a mortal mouth.
it's hard to formulate the words, but I believe the ik is there. The weapon's name is Ik-Un. Ik-Un. For Forgotten Skin. I don't need the in there because he doesn't really need a title, does he now? When he gets to this point, he's like, now hold on, let's take a gander in there and see what's what.
And you're leading the way?
Yeah.
You come to the end of these halls, and there is a set of large double doors. What would you like to do?
And this little corridor hallway with like these spots on either side, does anything in there look weird as we approach?
Give me a perception check as you approach.
20.
So the bottom one and the top one, they look perfectly normal with your sharp eye, but this one has these pressure plates and these arrow slits in the side.
I point them out. Alright, chaps, let's keep moving, but do your best to avoid those ones right there.
So as you're coming over to the thing, it's about a 10-foot jump. Is everyone able to make a 10-foot jump without having to roll? Everyone has a strength score of at least 10, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you all easily jump over the pressure plates and move over to the door. Who wants to go first? Who's pushing open the door?
It's me.
You push open the doors, Monk, revealing another room. As you look in this room, there seems to be like a circular mosaic on the floor. There are also a set of doors on the north and the west side of the room. There is a strange symbol etched into them. There is no visible keyhole or mechanism on these doors. In the center of the room, there's that large circular mosaic we talked about on the floor, made of various colored tiles, each with different symbols. The symbols on the floor correspond to the ones on the door. Closer inspection of the room reveals a riddle etched into the east wall. And the riddle says, "In the realm where the day does dwell, a fiery orb, it shines so well. When night's embrace begins to near, a pale companion does appear, guiding travelers through the night with twinkling points, a shining sight. And in the darkness, a watchful gaze, the guardian sees through endless haze. Follow this path, the riddle's decree, to unlock the doors and set you free. But take care, my friend, for only one is right. Choose your steps with care, or face eternal night."
A candle. That's the answer.
And as you look closer, there are these tiles. There's really 4 main symbols, though, on the tiles. There's a tile with the symbol of the sun, symbol of the moon, symbol of a star, and symbol of an eye. They look like they could be pressed in
Well,
by stepping on them.
You have to push them in order. The first line's about the sun, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Get here. A pale companion doesn't appear when night's embrace is near. That's obviously the moon. The twinkling
Yes.
point in the sky, blah blah blah. That a star.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the eye.
I go to the eye. This is one of my top 5 questions. Coming in at number 4. Should I step on this eye?
Well, if you think that's the right
I step on it mid-sentence.
course of act.
All right, you step on it, and immediately you hear a rushing and a puff sound as poisonous gas is jettisoned into the room. Everyone go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
I breathe in. 17.
Not clean.
I breathe in.
23.
17.
23.
22.
What'd you get, Pete?
17.
Yeah, you guys all pass, so you can take half this poison damage. So what? 16 poison, so you can take half that. That's 8.
Good God. I'm a doctor, not a savage.
All right, and then the poison dissipates, and you hear a grinding of stone as the plate, the tile, goes back to its original position.
Well, try that one more time.
That was my top 3 questions. Should I?
Maybe it has to be pressed twice in a row.
I believe it should be done in order of the story.
So,
Yes.
sun, moon, star, eye, and what?
Yeah, maybe. But here, why don't you try the sun this next time? And I'll watch from here and take some notes on your progress.
leaves the room.
I have no questions.
Are you staying in the room, Jared?
Nope.
I have no questions, and I go to the sun and I sip on it.
You step on it and you hear a grinding of stone and a ticking sound, and then it's silent.
Oh, now go for the moon.
I go for the eye again.
Oh, no!
Moon,
What are you going for, the eye?
moon,
All right, you go for the moon, and you hear another satisfying click and some ticking sounds.
star.
Now the star.
Now the eye.
You go to the star and you hear a ticking sound, and then you go to the last symbol, the eye, and you hear a ticking sound.
No.
And then both the doors give a
Railroading.
loud click and a thump.
Railroad.
And then
and both doors unlock, and you can push them open at will.
Is there anything out of the ordinary that leads the High Duelist
Give
to
me a perception
believe
check for the
people
room.
have gone straight or left?
I look for footsteps.
19.
the footprints are going north. The 5 pairs of footprints seem to head north through this door.
It looks like they've gone this way, friends.
But just
Well,
for just
See the monk
for
go to the other door.
just for shits and giggles, I want to open that door.
Everyone goes.
I want to open that door just to see what's behind it.
You open up the door.
And you see another
And darkness
corridor
swallows you.
like this.
Oh, good.
Are you going to keep going forward?
No, we should follow the footsteps.
I go north.
So you open the doors to the north here.
First, I observe to see the pattern of the footsteps. And with a 20 perception,
You notice that they look like 5 sets of footprints that go into this door to the north.
do they look like they walked around any traps, or is there any blood on the ground or anything?
You see that the footprints are jumping over something right here for 10 feet, and they land over here and they continue into the darkness up north.
I say, we can walk right here and then jump.
And as you jump into this room, you see at the back end, the north end of the room, you step into a large chamber bathed in an eerie, flickering light. Torches on the walls cast dancing shadows that seem to writhe with a life of their own. The air is heavy with the scent of decay and an overwhelming sense of malevolence. Your eyes are drawn to the back part of the room where you behold a chilling sight. The 4 of the 5 missing members of the expedition team who you were tasked to find are floating in midair, hovering in place about 5 feet off the ground. There is also an empty pedestal at the center of the room. The 5th figure in the room is a horrifying sight to behold. Its flesh is rotting and decayed. Bones protrude from the flesh in grotesque angles, and its eyes glow with an unholy light. It emits a low, guttural growl as it clenches a staff adorned with wicked symbols. Its red glowing eyes are fixed on the staff. It holds it in its hands. It seems to be meditating. Everyone, go ahead and give me a stealth check as you enter this room.
11.
17.
19.
Yeah, and with the 11, you kind of land a little bit harder after that trap, and you hear you see the red eyes look up and fix upon all of you, and it says, "Who are you?"
I draw my sword and point it towards him and say,
Release those you hold captive, foul creature, or face the wrath of our prowess.
And what are you gonna do about it?
Who am I going to do?
What are you going to do about it if I don't release them?
Well, listen, there's not what or else. I'm just asking you nicely. Please release them.
I have a question.
It just stares at you.
Now listen here, creature. You will face the wrath of every inch of my double-pointed blades, for I am High Duelist Ligier Pierre, master of the King's Rose Guard, and you will fall at our hands if you don't let them go. Please do so now. This is your final warning.
Do you know what this is? What I found. And he holds up this staff with these dark symbols on it. They glow a purplish energy. And as he looks down at it, he says, "If you knew what this was, you would not be speaking to me in such a manner."
do the symbols look similar to the symbols that are on Ixun?
As you pull out Ixun, you do see that the symbols are glowing blue at this point. They look like they're at least in the same school of magic.
Interesting.
Necromancy, definitely a necromantic energy.
Whatever you think you're planning there, bucko, you're going to be thwarted. Right, chaps?
Back to my question. Are you one of the lost adventurers that's been corrupted by evil by that staff?
I am not a mere mortal. I am a god. Bow before me. I simply adorn this earthly husk, this temporary form.
I have another question. Why would you stoop to such feeble tricks?
Because it is simply a temporary form.
That answer does not suffice.
And I charge.
Okay. Roll initiative, everyone. So, Falafel, you see your friend begin charging, trying to close the distance between himself and this creature. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna play a little ditty, inspire Brian's next attack.
Okay.
Pull out my lute. I'm gonna go, let's go, Brian. Send him home crying. Let's go, Brian. Yeah.
It's Brian.
Beautiful.
Hey, Brian.
That's what he says as he finishes your song.
It's this red guy that is we're attacking. All right, I'm gonna cast Top His Hideous Laughter on him.
All right. What kind of save does he make? Wisdom?
It is a Wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, and he failed big time. It begins to fall on the ground and start laughing, clutching the staff in its hands. Anything else, Brian?
I sprint up to him and I attempt to grab the staff out of his hand.
Okay, you're gonna try to grab the staff from his hand.
Yeah, try to rip it out.
So that's gonna be a contesting athletics check against him for your action.
I get that bardic inspiration, right?
Yeah, you do on your attack.
8.
It's a bonus 1d6.
Yep. I got a 1, and I rolled a 2. My athletics is a +5, so 8.
So also, as soon as you grab it, like you grab the staff, Monk, the moment you touch it to rip him out, which I still have to finish the roll, give me a Constitution saving throw.
17.
You feel this evil presence start pushing in on your mind, trying to take over your body, trying to make you some kind of dark puppet but you're able to temporarily push it back for the time being. This creature, with almost a superhuman strength, is holding on to this staff and not letting go.
Hi, duelist.
He's gonna run all the way there with 30 feet of movement. Hold his action. If what's his fuck comes in range, he's gonna swing his sword at him.
The enemy's gonna go.
He's in his laughter for 1 minute, and then each time he takes damage, then he has to reroll.
Damn, and he rolled. Okay, that's the end of his turn. We go over to Falafel.
I charge forward, and I swing my rapier at him. 15 hit him?
It does.
Nice. I'm gonna deal 7 damage. I'm gonna disengage and move back 15 feet.
All right, we're gonna go over to Brian then.
Brian still has a grip on the staff and tries to.
Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw if you still have a grip.
15.
All right, you still push it off. Go ahead and make a contesting. You can do a strength check.
7.
It maintains its grip on the staff.
Hi, duelist.
He comes all the way around. Coming around.
They're coming around.
In doing so, he's like, "Have at ye, demon!"
They capture the command post.
And he swings Ik-Un towards this ugly guy's butt. How about a 14?
14 does hit.
6 magical slashing damage. And then, in a graceful swish, he's gonna use his bonus action to flick his offhand rapier at the dude's throat. And a 10, I'm sure that does not hit.
It does not.
And he looks at his left hand and he says, my offhand has been a little bit dull today.
It gets to make a roll. I forgot because it took damage. All right, and he breaks out of it. So it's gonna go to his turn. He's gonna then he sits up, his eyes burning with hate as he looks at the monk, and then he says, "Grab them!" And then you see the other 4 floating adventurers their bodies start to contort, and they drop to the ground with a sickening thud, and then they slowly meander and stand up, their eyes rolling in the back of their head. They're going to try to grab you. Hi, duelist.
Unhand me!
So look,
I'm trying to save
Logan,
you.
I need you to make me
3 strength checks. Give me 1 strength check right now.
That's a 10?
He rolled a 9. It's trying to grab onto you, but it's not able to. Give me another one.
That's a 20?
Yeah, you usually push it off. Give me another one.
Unhand me, foul beasts! Uh-oh, that's a 6.
And it still fails. And this one's gonna try to move over and grab you, so give me 1 more.
18.
Yeah, and all of them are just lurching at you, but you can see that these don't seem to be very strong. These are almost like still in their human form. He's then going to glare at the monk. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, monk.
7.
You are now frightened until the end of this creature's next turn. And it's also going to reach out a fist and try to smack you with a rotten fist. And a 9's probably going to miss you. So, we're going to go top of the order to Falafel.
I'm going to run back up to Red Demon Dick over here. 5, 10, 15. I'm going to attack my rapier. 24.
That does hit.
Yeah. And that's going to be 11 piercing damage. I disengage. And that is the end of my turn.
All right, we're going to go to Brian.
It's Brian, but contesting strength by trying to rip it out.
He will have a disadvantage if you try to rip it out of his hands.
I've been rolling shitty enough.
Okay, if you're gonna continue, give me another con save first as you do it.
Fucking Christ, dude! This die is loaded. 7.
As you grab onto it, your hands begin to already deaden in black as they start vibrating, gripping onto this black staff. Go ahead and take 7 necrotic damage, and you feel it begin to start to spread up your arms. This undead disease. What would you like to do? What were you were trying to still pull it out of his hands though, right?
Yes.
Give me a strength check, contesting strength check with disadvantage.
This die's loaded. I can't tell you how many fucking 2s I've rolled today. That's like number 5.
Get a new one.
Yeah, and you're not able to pull it out. Go over to High Duelist.
He shrugs off these fools that are trying to grab him. Gripping Ik-Un tightly, he says, "You will die this day, dragon." Fuck, almost a crit. 17 face value hits him for sure, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
5 magical slashing damage. And he grips his rapier tighter still. And then he gets a nat 1 with his offhand again. He just goes, "God! Goddess Sif! I humbly ask you to please grant me the power to survive this encounter, because I'm swinging so poorly with my left hand. Please give it strength. Amen.
And that ends his turn.
All right, we'll see if your prayers are answered. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
A 12 is what he rolled.
All right, so you see the devil man, the tiefling, he successfully grapples you, holding on to you.
Stop
The
that!
dwarf man's going to try to do the same thing. Go and roll another strength check.
Unhand me, you!
16.
You pass that, give me another strength check.
23.
Yeah, you hold on, give me one more.
11.
You still hold on, yeah. But this one is going to try to start dragging you this way. So he's going to drag you 10 feet to the west. He's trying to pull you away from the big guy.
Unhand me!
And you just hear him like, oh, oh.
Coming.
Get out of your mind!
The mummy creature thing, it's going to turn over to the bard in the back. Give me a wisdom saving throw, bard.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you are not frightened. You feel your own songs giving you the courage not to falter. And then it's going to try to attack you with its fist. There, monk. Does a 23 hit you?
Yep.
Go and make a constitution saving throw.
16.
Okay, you do not fall into the curse. I need you to go ahead and take 12 bludgeoning damage and 4 necrotic damage.
Down.
You're down?
Yep.
All right. And this is where he dies. So we're going to go over to Falafel.
I go up to Red Boy. I stab him. It was an 18 to hit. That's going to be 7 piercing damage to Red Boy. I'm going to run.
Okay, disengage.
Yeah.
Brian, death save.
17.
High duelist.
Looking to try and like muscle my way off of this dude's hold on me.
And he's going to make a contesting check. Got a 9.
Okay. I got way more than that.
All right, yeah, you're completely ungrappled, but that was your action.
Okay, then he's going to hop, 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 and kind of like dive back under there and swipe the rapier at this dude's Achilles tendon.
And he says, "Take this in the name of Sif, goddess of the hunt."
That's a 20 unnatural. That's a 6 piercing damage. The high duelist just says,
"Give me strength, Sif. Oh, everything I do is for the common people. I judge others harshly and myself even more, but I seek to prove myself worthy of my god's favor by following in their footsteps." I must have spelled this wrong.
And after your nice monologue, he turns around and he says, "Shut up!" And he's going to try to give you a frightful glare. Go ahead and make a wisdom save.
A frightful glare.
8.
A dreadful glare, technically.
You immediately feel like fright, just fear swell up in your heart.
Sif, is that you?
After this whole monologue. And then it's going to try to reach out and swing at you.
12 hit you.
No.
So the 4 non-combatants, they're going to try to grab onto you. It's going to be a strength check.
8.
Yeah, the same tiefling grabs you. Go ahead and give me another strength check.
21.
You beat that. Give me another strength check.
10.
It failed. Never mind. It rolled a 2. There's no way you're going to fail that. But Green does grab onto you, and he's going to be trying to drag you away. Falafel.
I'm going to use my last bardic inspiration on my cat friend.
Give me a perception as well.
Perception?
Yep.
I got 20.
You notice that there's a health potion, a minor health potion, sticking out of his pocket, out of his like lab coat and like explorer's pocket thing. What do you say with your inspirational words?
I go ahead and I say, "Look around, my feline friend. In his pockets, you can mend our friend's broken spirit."
What?
And and then I just got get the health potion out of his damn pocket.
The ending. Anything else?
Move in, attack, and then stay back. 14 hits.
Yes, it does.
8 piercing damage.
And he gives a cry of anger.
Yeah. And then I move back.
Brian, go ahead and make a death save.
That one.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Yeah, it's definitely not good, but you're not dead. High duelist.
Hearing these words, I look around frantically for the people in this vicinity's pockets to look for this health potion.
The guy who has you grappled, you can see a minor health potion sticking out of his vest pocket.
I grab it, and then in a very Jack Sparrow-esque, I go, "My health potion!" and push him off.
You wanna, go ahead and make an acrobatics or athletics check.
20.
You kind of maneuver, break out of this dude's grasp, and you're running over. You still have a moment you could slice it red, but not enough time to kneel down next to your friend and try to pour it in there.
Alright, I do a little ninja slide next to him. I set it down right next to his head, and then I swing my rapier at the ankle
Yep.
of the fucking red guy. And I will use the
I like it.
thingy that he gave me just now. 11?
That misses.
Fuck! I say, ah, damn it!
He's going to say, "Those are my shins," and then he's going to try to clobber you, fighter, with his rotten fist.
Don't touch me with that, sir.
Does a 22 hit you?
Oh golly, yes.
Take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Stop that. Ow, that hurt.
And 6 necrotic damage.
Good God, man, that hurts badly. Thank you.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom check. He's gonna try to frighten you again.
Wisdom save, sorry. Wisdom save.
9.
All right, and you feel frightened by him, though. You just have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while he's looking at you. The other ones are going to try to go over and grab you.
I got 13.
10.
Purple grabs you, the halfling. We're going to go over to Falafel.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna move up close, and I'm gonna pour the health potion into Brian's mouth.
Go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2 for health, and tell Pete.
I wake up with a gasp and I say, "What's the tallest building you've ever been on the top of?"
8 points of health. I disengage.
And then, Brian, your turn.
I punch him twice. 9, 10.
Does not hit. We go over to High Duelist.
Still fearful of him, hold up Ik-Un, and I say, "You might scare me, but I know Sif is with me, and we will together give you syphilis, you fucker." Die. A 15.
15 2 hit does hit.
Yes. That's gonna be 9 magical slashing damage.
And he turns to you, and he's going to try to beat you down.
No.
With his rotten fist
Now
again.
don't touch me with that.
Does a 12 hit?
No.
Falafel. He's going to turn to you and try to glare at you. Give you a wisdom
I'd like
save.
to see him fucking try. Yeah, I got another nat 20. I don't need this shit. Get out of here.
Hey, you guys are not falling to his curse.
High Duelist. Unnat 20. So give me a check and try to beat a 20.
Oh, 18.
This one over here also grabs onto you. So you have purple and blue grappling you right now.
Let go
I'm
of
sending
me!
2 actions to get out of that.
Let go of me!
Falafel.
I run up and I stab at Red and I say, "Now you die."
Now hear this.
All
How here it is.
return to battle stations.
This is not a drill.
18.
That hits.
I got a 6. Do I kill him?
You do not kill him because he has
Ah.
money.
I run away.
We go to Brian.
Punch him. Fucking 24.
That hits. Describe how you kill him.
I think of my top 10 questions that I want to ask him before I deal with the final blow. I say, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And I punch him in the face, and my hand goes through the back of his head.
Yeah, and his body wriggles. You also notice looking down at because like he still has the staff in his hand. It clatters to the ground. You hear some whispering sounds emanating as what was left of this horrific figure begins to melt and pool into a black ichor onto the ground, pooling around itself. Muck, your hands are still blackened. They feel very weak, but they are still there. That's scarred, you could say. Your hands scarred black. The 4 other expedition people, you see, they snap out of it. They seem dazed for a moment and then are replaced with joy as they realize they've just been freed. And also sorrow as they see what is left of their comrade pooled on the ground. The tiefling guy says, "Thank you very much. Who are you? We were frozen in like time and space, and it was horrible. And who do we have to thank?"
A better question is, what are your hobbies?
I hate you.
Have no fear, friends, for you have been saved by His Majesty's Captain of the Rose Guards, High Duelist Louis Pierre, and his faithful comrades, the martial artist expert known as Brian, and this little chap here named Falafel.
Do you like or dislike surprises?
Brian asks many questions.
The explorers talk about how they go on and ramble on about how they've been here for, a couple days. They came in and their leader, Kalen, he went over and touched the staff, and that's where he got transformed into this beast and, the whole story. Does anyone do anything about the staff?
I break it.
How?
I ask it, "What's the last movie you went to?" And Okay, break it over my knee.
All right. You grab it and break it over your knee.
Yeah.
Give me a con save as you grab it.
20.
And you grab it and give me a strength check as you try to snap it over your knee.
19.
And with a mighty blow, you snap the black staff over your knee. A shower of sparks and a scream breaks the silence in the room. The symbols stop glowing purple and it grows quiet. The explorers say, thank you guys so much. You guys, seriously, I don't know what we can do to thank you.
What is your favorite thing about your career?
That we get to go into dangerous places and see crazy things, Sometimes it gets too dangerous, but, it's kind of like, you wake up every day and you really don't know what it's going to be like,
I go up to the girl, and I'm like, so, the guy that sent us on this quest, Marcus, he said that you would promise to go out with me if we saved you, so, I did that.
He said he would promise. Give me a persuasion check.
The promise part killed me.
Or give me a deception, actually. I changed my mind. Make a deception.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I got a 22.
She gives a blush and then she says, oh, I don't know what to say. I am very thankful that you saved me, so...
So it's a yes?
It's a maybe. Let's get back to civilization, please.
No.
I'm just so tired.
I kind of need a yes or a no right now.
What's going on, Fluffle? This one
He's
giving
gonna
you
say,
trouble.
well, I suppose we could go out to dinner.
Nice.
Excellent. Then a date back in Waterdeep.
Let's get out of here. All of you jumping over the right traps. You all mark the traps and you know how to get out. We'll exit the temple. All right, so you guys make your way back to your good friend from earlier before, Marcus. And as you guys all walk in, he throws up his hands, looking gleeful to see so many of his his employees returning. But he notices that there is missing one, and he bows his head and he says, not all of them made it.
Oh no, he's right out here.
You're only sad because you can't make as much money as before.
Well, I mean, I pay less people now.
If you could go back in time to change one thing, what would it be?
To not have sent this adventuring crew.
What did you want to be when you were small?
When you were small.
Why are you asking me these questions?
The phrasing of that question.
Hey, when you were small.
Yeah, I know.
Well there, Marcus, I think we both know what happens now, and the duelist pulls out his rapier. Come on now.
He says, you don't have to hold me at weapon point to get your gold. And on the table, he slaps down a big bag and you can hear the jingle of many pieces of gold. And he says, there's all 1,000 pieces.
No, that's not quite what I meant.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Give me that mustache, Marcus. You know it must be done. Come.
Look into your heart.
He starts to back up against the wall, standing up, knocking over his chair, and he says, I'm not letting you do that.
Oh.
That was no question. That was a command.
So you mean to tell me we risked life and limb to save your friends, and you won't even let me give you a barber's cut? How dare you!
Give me a persuasion.
You've
How dare you, sir?
You've disgraced me and your king. Good day, and he walks out.
Do you want to give me a persuasion, Logan?
Sure, as he's walking out, he'll do one. 17.
And as you start walking out, he goes, wait, I want to keep good relations with your king and your country. Please, maybe you did do me a great service, and I guess I am in need of a trimming. I suppose I could allow it this once.
The duelist turns, cocks a smile, and approaches him slowly, and then he just whispers in his ear.
He says, why are you approaching me so menacingly?
He whispers in his ear.
I judge others harshly, and myself even more severely.
And then he walks out of the shop.
What would you do?
So you
if you
didn't
found out you were
chop
adopted?
his face hair?
No, I did not give him a trim.
Anyone else want to say anything before we cut to our credit scene?
What would you do?
All right, before he can finish his sentence, we cut to black and the credits start rolling. And after going through all the credits, they eventually end. And just because you stayed in the movie theater around, you see the scene open up and there's in a nice little diner, Falafel and the halfling Tessa in a diner. And you can see them eating, and they're both, Tessa's very short, Well, I guess they're both halflings. So they're kind of like, their feet hanging off the edge of the chair. And she's sitting there eating. And she goes, there's so many questions that I feel like I want to ask you.
Did Brian give you a list of first date questions too?
Yeah, seems to be ready with, compiling lists of assorted inquiries.
Yeah, he's a really good conversationalist.
That he is, but, you seem to be quite a good conversationalist yourself. What is your 5-year plan?
Oh, well, I was thinking we could form a band. I'm looking for a singer. Yeah, I'm not so great at rhyming,
Give me a persuasion.
I got 7.
She says, well, I'm not really good at singing, and I kind of have some stage fright, I don't really like getting up in front of crowds of people.
Oh, well, maybe you can manage me then.
Oh, maybe. That sounds okay. Do you think I could still become I'm an archaeologist at heart, and I would like to explore more temples, so maybe I could do it as a side gig.
Oh, so I'm just a side piece for you now?
Don't take it the wrong way. I thought it would be okay if we were just, friends.
That's not what Marcus promised.
Marcus can't promise. He can't tell my heart what to feel.
Marcus promised me.
Well, I'm afraid to say, my friend, that I think it might be best if we go our different ways then.
Well, hold on.
She stands up.
Let me just ask you some of the questions on this piece of paper here.
Here, I have a list.
The camera cuts over. There's another nearby table, and there's with the menu lowers, and there's Brian.
I walk up and I say, do you think long-distance relationships ever work?
Tessa, she sits there looking at you, kind of sitting there pondering your question for a moment. And then she says, you know what? You know what, my friend Brian? I thank you for everything you did. But I gotta say, I don't know if long-distance relationships ever can work. As she begins to walk towards the door and leave.
But wait, I still have so many questions. What is your idea
You
of the
hear the music begin to swell, and the track comes in as the 80s music begins to play.
Wait!
And you see the door, the little bell ringing as she closes the door behind her and walks out into the rain of the New York street corner. And the camera pans back over to Falafel as he sits there, rejected.
I look Raffle in deep in the eyes and I say, why do some people stay in relationships they know are toxic?
Do you want to write music with me?
No?
Oh my god, you didn't have a question?
Yes?
I think I'm just gonna go.
All right, and he too joins out, walking out the door with a little ding-ling as the bell rings, and he steps out into the rain.
Look into the camera. If we could screen babies for psychopathic or sociopathic tendencies, should we?
And then it cuts to black. And that's how we'll end our session.